Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kick-Ass, the game. And yeah, we're recording this after Dead Space is already finished, and we're getting back into the swing of things with Brave and the Bold and Shattered Dimensions. So, uh, yeah. Um, I guess for this episode, just to to keep the conversation going about Kick-Ass, let's talk about what we're actually seeing on screen, which is the comics themselves, which isn't really going to be much, to be real here. Um, I haven't read the first series of Kick-Ass, and I have like maybe one issue from Kick-Ass 2. But I've seen the events of what happens in the first Kick-Ass book, and also the Hit Girl miniseries, which came out uh, between 1 and 2. And the only issue of Kick-Ass 2 that I actually owned was it was I forget which issue it was, but it's the one where they kill Colonel Stars and Stripes. Yeah, I remember that vividly because like, it's just like they kill him, then they cut off his head, they kill his dog, and then they cut off the dog's head and put it on his for the cops to find him. Kick-Ass do like the comic did some weird shit that I've seen. Like it's just that is one of them. And then Night Bitch, which is a real character, by the way. Um, Red Mist, or the Motherfucker, as he's known, his supervillain name. They rape her or something. It's just, if there's anything that I can give like the second movie, is that they really like toned, like they did changes that I'm sure nobody wanted to see from the books. So I'm glad about that. Otherwise, it's just it's it's not great. Like I just read that issue again not too long ago, and it was just bad. It was not good at all. So I feel like at some point I'm gonna do a whole read through of the Kick-Ass books, but it's gonna be a bit for sure because I don't know. There's some stuff which is like, there's just some stuff which I'm not really looking forward to seeing again. So, and then after that they did Kick-Ass 3, which I don't remember anything about Kick-Ass 3. Maybe like what happens in the first issue, which is Hit Girl getting arrested. What I do know though is that it ends. The book ends with like where the first book started, with that eagle superhero trying to fly off the building, but he ends up just dying. He just crashing into the pavement or a car or whatever. So yeah, no idea what happened in Kick-Ass 3, but and they also have those new books too. The new series that they've been doing with the new the new Kick-Ass, and then also Hit Girl getting some more time to shine. And I think they're ongoing too. Yeah, they're... I'm not sure if they're still continuing. I know that at some point or another, they do a crossover between the new Kick-Ass and Hit Girl. Like, they fight or whatever. They inadvertently cross paths, I guess. But yeah, as far as that, like, that's most of the extent that I know about the books. I mean, at some point, like I said, I do want to read them again, just to, you know, expand my knowledge on Kick-Ass. But there's just like some things about it which just bug me already. One of those things is just like, you could clearly tell where, like, what era it was written in, where there was a cynicism towards, like, the gay community and, like, a whole bunch of other shit that was just nonsensical and weird. But it'll be interesting seeing, you know, just like the correlation between that and like the movie, just seeing how different they are. Like, even just like, if we're talking character designs, they're for the most part similar, but there's like some differences. Like, just for Kick-Ass, for an example, he doesn't have that mouth hole cut out in the books. He has like a full face mask, and the only exposed part is his eyes, which, to be honest, I like that choice better in the comics than I do the movie. The movie always weirded me out that they had that weird, like, mouth cut out. I guess part of it was just like they wanted you to hear what he was saying. I mean, this was essentially an indie movie. This wasn't backed by any studio, so. But also, it's just like they didn't have enough money for like ADR or something. So it's very strange, just thinking about it. Hit Girl's costume is like, I'm just gonna say that I prefer the movie version, just already. I'm not really big on the, like, not really big on the colors, and there's a weird, like, lock around her neck where, like, the cape would connect, and it's just odd. I think one of the best designs from the books has to be Big Daddy. I like Big Daddy's costume in the books, where it's just like, it's a full face mask with his hair sticking out. He's got this big jacket. Like, he looks actually super intimidating. Whereas in the movie, he's just it's just Batman. It's just a cheap Batman costume, and they know this too, because they allude to it throughout like, they keep mentioning it throughout the movie, where it's just like, oh yeah, he's just Batman. So I think when we pick up that comic cover, we're gonna see that design. Yeah, we can see it a little bit. Like, he's got like this body armor all over, and the mask looks really cool. I think Red Mist though looks the worst. It's just an all red costume. Like it's just the movie version. I like much better. Another change that I remember, because there was a YouTube video I saw years ago, which was basically going over the differences between the comics and the movie. The mob family, they're not the D'Amicos, they're another name which I'm blanking on, but yeah, it's no longer the D'Amico household. It's only D'Amico for the movie. And actually, you know what? He's a lot better in the movie because there's an actual like connection between him and Big Daddy. In the book, it's just like Big Daddy and Hit Girl, they just go after some random mob boss because they needed some villain to fight or whatever. Also, Big Daddy is not a cop in the comic. He is he's just some dude. I think he's like an accountant or whatever who just hated his life and wanted something exciting, so he sells his entire comic book collection in order to like fund his superhero antics, you know, with weapons and whatnot. So so yeah, when you look at these, like when you look at them back to back or whatever, you can definitely see why they would change certain things, like just to make it flow better as a movie. Which I don't know if they're gonna be. I don't know what they're gonna be doing for this reboot. I guess we'll talk about it more next part, but it'll be interesting to see what they kind of do with that, if there is anything they can do. However, so. This boss fight sucks. just pointing that out.
Yeah, you want to play?
This is garbage. But they do carry this over from the movie, so that's neat, I guess. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie. They're just interrogating this guy, and they're like, after they kill him with crushing the car, Hit Girl's just like, man, what a douche. So yeah, everybody, that is gonna be it for this part of Kick-Ass. I'll see you guys next weekend with more action, whatever we decide to do. I forget how the entire game goes. So yeah, everybody, we're gonna do that. So take care, everyone.